Hey there. Let's take a moment to breathe, wherever you are right now. Maybe you're sitting, walking, just waking up, or settling in. This is a good place to pause, to reconnect with yourself, to remember that you're here. In this video, we're going to talk about something that might seem small on the surface, but can create a deep, lasting shift in how you experience your day-to-day life. We're talking about habits, not the huge, intimidating kind that demand hours of your day, but the simple, low-effort ones. The kind you can add gently to your routine, without pressure, without guilt, because growth doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it starts with a whisper, a moment of mindfulness, a small change repeated consistently. And when we choose the habits that support our well-being, our self-awareness, and our peace of mind, we begin to build a life that supports us back. So today, I'll share 5 small habits you can begin using right now. And along the way, we'll talk about self-love, awareness, and the importance of treating yourself with kindness. Let's begin. Habit 1. Pause and reframe. Let's talk about the stories we tell ourselves. Every day we experience things, some good, some neutral, some difficult, and our brains, always on alert, tend to grab hold of the hard stuff. We naturally focus on problems. It's part of how we've evolved to survive. But what if we tried something different, something simple? What if when something frustrating or unexpected happened, you paused and asked, is there another way to see this? Reframing isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about expanding our perspective. When someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of jumping to anger, consider they might be rushing to a hospital. When a plan falls apart, maybe it's making space for something better. This habit doesn't take much time, just a few seconds of awareness, but over time, it creates emotional flexibility. It reminds you that life is bigger than one bad moment, and you are more than your reactions. So try it today. Pause, breathe, ask what else could this mean, and choose a lens that supports your peace, not your stress. Habit 2. Micro moments of gratitude. Let's talk about gratitude, but not the kind you need a journal for or a long list or a quiet hour to write in. Let's talk about micro moments of gratitude, the kind that happen in seconds, the kind you can practice while brushing your teeth, walking to the store, or waiting for your coffee to brew. All it takes is one pause, one breath, one thought. What's something good right now? It could be the sound of birds outside, the way the sunlight hits your wall, the taste of your favorite snack, or a memory that still makes you smile. This habit rewires your brain. When practiced daily, even just for a few seconds, it begins to change how your mind scans the world. Instead of automatically searching for problems, it starts noticing beauty, peace, presence. Gratitude shifts you from surviving to savoring. It doesn't mean ignoring your struggles. It means giving equal attention to your blessings. It makes life feel fuller without anything extra added. Try it today. Choose one moment and name one thing you're thankful for. You don't even need to say it out loud. Just think it, feel it, and let it settle in your body like a warm light. The more you do this, the more your mind will start finding gratitude everywhere, even in the smallest, quietest places. That's the power of this tiny, powerful habit. Habit 3. Intentional breathing. Now let's return to something you're already doing, but probably without even noticing it. Your breath. Breathing is automatic. It's what keeps us alive. But intentional breathing, conscious, slow, nourishing breathing, is what brings us back to ourselves. Here's the habit. Once or twice a day, pause, just pause, and try this simple rhythm. Inhale gently for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 4. And exhale slowly for 6. You can do this sitting, standing, lying down, anywhere. You don't need silence. You don't need a yoga mat. Just a willingness to reconnect. When you breathe this way, you're telling your nervous system, we're okay. It lowers stress. It grounds your thoughts. It brings your awareness back into your body. Breathing like this is a reset button. In a moment of anxiety, it's comfort. In a moment of distraction, it's clarity. It doesn't take more than a minute or two, but the impact can last for hours. You can even pair it with a quiet thought, something like, I'm safe or I'm here. Let those words ride the wave of your breath. This habit helps build emotional resilience, and it builds presence. It anchors you to the now, where life is always happening. So next time you feel overwhelmed, scattered, or distant, come back to the breath. Your breath, the one thing that has stayed with you through every version of yourself, and let it bring you home. Now let's take a breath and talk about self-love. It's a phrase that gets tossed around a lot, but it isn't always about luxury or pampering. Sometimes, self-love is the quiet act of listening to yourself, being honest about what you need, and allowing yourself to meet those needs without guilt. Self-love can be as small as drinking water before coffee, as meaningful as saying no when your heart needs rest. It's brushing your teeth, not just to check a box, but because you care for your well-being. When we practice small acts of care, we reinforce the belief that we are worthy, and that belief shifts how we show up in our work, in our relationships, in our dreams. Start small. Be kind. Make space for yourself. You deserve that. Habit 4. The 1-minute check-in. There's something powerful about checking in with yourself, not just emotionally, but physically, mentally, and even spiritually. We spend a lot of our lives reacting, jumping from task to task, screen to screen, moment to moment, without asking the simplest question, how am I doing right now? Here's the habit. Once a day, take 1 minute, just one. Set a timer if you have to. Close your eyes, take a breath, and check in. Ask yourself, how does my body feel? Am I tired, tense, energized? Am I holding my breath? Is my jaw tight? Is there something I need right now? Then check in emotionally. What's been on my mind lately? Is something stressing me that I haven't acknowledged? Am I feeling supported or drained? You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to journal or analyze. Just notice, witness, honor. This habit creates space between stimulus and response. It teaches your mind to recognize patterns and your heart to recognize your needs. Over time, it builds emotional intelligence, self-trust, and a deeper understanding of what really moves you. Sometimes this check-in leads to simple things, like realizing you need water, a snack, or a walk outside. Sometimes it uncovers deeper truths, like a boundary that's being crossed, or a goal you've been ignoring. Whatever it reveals, treat it with gentleness. This habit is not about performance, it's about presence. So today, give yourself that minute, tune in, listen, and remind yourself that you are always worth checking in with. Habit 5. Mindful transitions. Life is full of transitions. We move from task to task, room to room, screen to screen, moment to moment, and most of the time, we carry the energy from one thing into the next, without even noticing it. That tension from a difficult email follows us into lunch. The stress of a meeting comes with us into family time. The distractions of our phone linger even as we try to fall asleep. But what if we could change that? What if we could use transitions as opportunities to reset, instead of letting them blend into one endless blur? Here's the habit. Take 10-30 seconds between tasks to reset your mind. That's it. When you close one tab on your browser and open another, pause. Breathe. When you stand up from your desk to walk to the kitchen, pause. Notice your feet on the floor. When you finish a phone call and pick up your next task, take a second. Stretch. Shake it out. Let it go. This habit invites you to live your day with intention. It reminds your body and your mind, we are shifting now. We don't need to carry everything with us. It doesn't have to be a big ritual. Even one deep breath, one conscious exhale, can be enough to clear mental clutter. Over time, these pauses create clarity. They protect your energy. They make room for peace. Try it today. Pick one transition, maybe when you wake up, when you start work, or before you eat, and turn it into a moment of mindfulness. Let your day be made not just of tasks, but of space. Let that space carry your intention, and let your intention carry you. These 5 habits, small as they seem, are more than just actions. They are invitations. Invitations to come back to yourself, to soften the edges of your day, to remember that you are allowed to be both a work in progress and a masterpiece. You don't need to do them all at once. Start with one. Let it settle in. Then add another, if and when you're ready. This isn't a race, it's a return, and as you keep showing up for yourself in these small ways, you might notice something beautiful. Your life begins to meet you there, with more clarity, more grace, more connection. So take a breath. Choose one habit and step gently into the rest of your day. You've got this, and I'm glad you're here. Hey everyone, Bold Dude here. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I truly hope that our little talk helped brighten your day, even just a bit. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can keep growing together. And if you're in the mood to slow down and relax, check out my channel where I share calming, peaceful music to help you unwind. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.